So it is Neil Heggie in the number 7 car. 31 is Gary Jeffs. 28 Chris Whiting. 29 David King. 57 is Steve Smallman. The Sydney 6 of Terry Hopwood. 22 is Graham Gillespie. 10 is Eric Lavender. The 12 is Graham Edmund. 16 is Craig Wrightson. Green flag falls and away they go in the modified hot rod backmarkers invitation event number 2, and safely negotiating turns 1 and 2 is the Angry Pack, and it's led up by Neil Heggie going through turns 3, 4. He's opened up a break of something like 15 metres or so already. On the second place car, Dave King, Gary Jeffs has dropped back into third place, and so Steve Smallman elects to go round the outside of him and move into third and set out after the leaders. Graham Gillespie going round the outside of Jeffs too, who just hasn't got the pace of these other cars. Heggie leads from Dave King, Steve Smallman and Graham Gillespie, and Graham Edmund coming round the outside to move up into 5th place. Neil Heggie, certainly not new to hot rod racing. He's been racing these hot rods for years and years and years. And he's got the lead, but the pack is starting to catch him up. The 29, Dave King, cutting Steve Smallman in the 57, and Graham Gillespie in the 22, right up to this leader, Neil Heggie. Now Dave King looks as if he wants to have a shot at the leader, because he did drift up on the outside a little bit there to put himself into a challenging spot, and Neil Heggie took the opportunity to kick away a little bit there. So Heggie in the lead, followed by King, then comes Smallman, Edmund getting through on the inside of Graham Gillespie in a battle there for 4th and 5th. Down the back straight, top 5 cars have cleared away from the rest of the group, and there's 4 laps remaining, and Neil Heggie's had the lead from the outset and is defying the opposition to run him down. Dave King is running second, Steve Smallman is third. Now Graham Edmund seems to be the immediate danger, seems to have all the pace and power in the world, just at the stage can't get past Steve Smallman nor Dave King, so he's got to be content with 4th place. Neil Heggie, Dave King, Steve Smallman, Graham Edmund, tapping right on the tail there of Steve Smallman. Graham Gillespie not out of calculations either. Only 2 laps to go from here, and Neil Heggie, a good front runner, seems to be holding the rest of the pack at bay. They're not getting any closer to him. Dave King seems to be the man that's stalling them all off, as Steve Smallman and Graham Edmund try to make that ground on him. Then comes Graham Gillespie. Edmund's having a shot now for these minor placings. Smallman's given a bang to the back end of Dave King to try and get him out of the road. King drifted up high. Edmund got through on the inside. He goes into 2nd spot. Dave King still trapped up high, so Smallman comes through on the inside. He goes to 3rd. So it's changing quite a lot behind the leader, Heggie. They're not going to beat him. It's been a long time since he's taken the checkered flag, and he's going to do it. Heggie is first, followed by Graham Edmund, then Steve Smallman in the 57, Dave King in the 29, Graham Gillespie in the 22, and then the Sydney 6 car of Terry Hopwood. Heggie's winning time is 3 minutes 6.579. Good win to Neil Heggie. As I said, he has been driving hot rods for a long, long time, and it would be a long time, though, since he's actually managed to carry the checkered flag. So a round of applause for Neil Heggie in the central brake car number 7. Come out for the Hot Rod Improvers Invitation. Heading them up is the 38 of Glenn Smurthwaite. and the 71 of Tom Grant. Mean looking monster too, the 71. And a bad looking field of hot rod improvers there, and this will be followed by the Super Sedans. Glenn Smurthwaite and Tom Grant are up front. .77.0 is Colin Bamanis. Long way away from me, that program, hard to read. And we've got a green flag waving, which indicates the race is underway. Event 6, the modified hot rod improvers, and around the outside goes Ron St. John to take up the lead, and here comes the 11 of Ron Letham Jr. to move, out towards the fence he goes. He cops a caution flag and says, Ron, better straighten things up a bit, my boy. And Ron Letham holds down second spot. Colin Bamanis in third, was in third place, because shooting past him there is Greg Ross in the number 30. Down main straight away, Ron St. John leads Ron Letham. The two Rons are up front, but I don't know whether Ron St. John's going to stay there. He's up high. Ron Letham says, thank you very much. I'll drive through on the inside, take up the lead, and race my way towards the checkered flag, hopefully. And he's got the lead now from Ron St. John. The immediate danger is going to be the 30 of Greg Ross, should he be able to get clear of the pack. Should he be able to get clear of Ron St. John. And now he's going to try for an outside pass. St. John kicked away, and Ross might get a chance to drive through on the inside. No, he does not. So up on the outside of Ron St. John he goes. And Ron St. John holding a pretty tidy line at the moment and making it extremely difficult for Greg Ross to get by. The red number 8 of Ron St. John holds on to second place, but under some strong pressure from the black and silver number 30 of Greg Ross, who tries for an outside, then looks for an inside here. He might get it. No, he got a little bit anxious. Up on the infield he goes. Now he decides to drop back behind Ron St. John, because he knew that the steward probably wouldn't give him second place had he passed St. John on the infield. This is the battle for second and third between the red car number 8 of Ron St. John and the black and silver car of Greg Ross, the number 30. Ron Letham Jr.'s way out in front. He'll have to have mechanical problems to lose it from there with a lap to go. But who's going to come second? The 8 of Ron St. John or the 30 of Greg Ross? Now Greg Ross up on the outside, bump. They got a bit of a bump there. Now he ducks in behind. Is he going to try and come inside or outside? Jot the winner's number down, number 11, Ron Letham Jr. He wins it and wins it easily. Greg Ross trying to make the dive at Ron St. John, can't set himself up well enough, and the 8 of Ron St. John hangs on to second. The 30 of Greg Ross was third, followed by the 43 of Darren Scott, then the 70 of Colin Bamanis. 2 minutes 35.243 to 35.243, the winning time. The winning driver, Ron Letham Jr. in the number 11. So give him a big hand as he comes past our grandstand area. Ron Letham Jr., the winner of our modified hot rod improvers invitation race.